crooked. What's it say? I love you. I love you. I love you. No, I love you. No, is anyone creeped out? You're gonna be creeped out when you watch it. I love you. No, no, no. That's sign language. Now no one's gonna watch the video because it's creepy. Okay. How do I get rid of this thing? I hate this thing. Okay, so you guys, how to graph this? X minus 3 squared minus 5. What's my H and K? 3, and negative 5. Right? You guys cool with that? So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 3, negative 5. Okay, right? Make sure the 3 is positive. Remember, the inside the parentheses, the H is always the opposite, right? We saw that with sine and cosine. Then it's a square function. You guys remember? Over 1, what's the square root of 1? Square root of negative 1. What's 2 squared? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think Reese said it. Thank you, Reese. I know people heard. 1, 2. What's 3 squared? Does anyone know what 3 squared is? 9. And that's all you have to do. So there's something to make sure you graph that. Who's on summer vacation already? Don't be on summer vacation. All right, let's do the next one, shall we? So there's graph number 1. You guys can do that, right? Huh? Oh, domain and range. Yes, there you go, domain and range. What's the domain? Or negative infinity to positive infinity, right? Range. Or oh. Whoa. How come you're sitting on that chair? Hey, kid. How come you're sitting in that chair over there? How come you're sitting in that chair over there? You have a class? Just hanging out? It's cold outside. Careful, too. I feel like you're back. You want a classroom to go into or something? You want a classroom to go into? Learn some math? Doing math? You coming here? You just look sad out there. Sad. I feel bad for you. But remember, you're loved. You're loved at Oxnard High School. You're not alone. You need a friend. I'll give you a hug. This whole class will give you a group hug. I'm telling you. Right? He's just sitting out there in the hall. Poor guy. On his phone. He's more, his phone, he needs more than a phone as a friend. You know what I mean? Even though phone and friend both start with F, they're not the same thing. You know what I mean? Okay, you guys remember how to graph this? We have to do our steps. First thing we have to do, I'm trying to remember the steps. It's been a while. What do we do? First step.
set equal to what? Equal to 0. Okay. Well, and you can, that's more of a negative x times x plus 5 times x minus 3 squared equals 0. But wait, there's more. Number 2. What's the number 2 thing we have to do? Starts with an F and rhymes with tractor. Factor. I'm going to do that over here. Oh, but the thing won't show on TV. So we factored, which is no big deal. Let's see. I'm going to erase this so I can do it over. Can I invite that guy in again? I feel like maybe I should offer him some food. Maybe he's hungry. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay. Negative x. What's going like this stuff? Negative 1 times x. Is that cool? So I like the negative 1 there. I just want to see it. Times. You don't need to do that. X plus 5 times x minus 3 times x minus 3 equals 0. What's next? Can't remember the words. Do you guys remember? You know what? Find zeros. Yeah, good job here. Find zeros. What are my zeros? Start with this one though. X equals 0. And then negative 5 and 3. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I going too fast? And I'll pause. And 1, 2, 3. Maria, would you mind closing the Chromebook? Everyone close the Chromebooks all the way. Put them on the ground while I go over this. Chromebooks on the floor, in your backpack. Okay, we can get that Chromebook on in your backpack. All right, so now what do? What's number 4? Test intervals, limits. Okay, so plug in negative 1,000,000. You guys remember that? Plug in negative 1,000,000. You can plug in negative 6. So I'm going to do it in a different color here. I'm doing it in this weird thing because I have this thing. I do it on the board, but this, I'm going to erase these zeros. I'll erase the zeros. Okay. Okay. Plug in negative 1,000,000. Now this negative 1 here, don't forget about it, right? This negative 1 becomes negative. The x becomes negative. X plus 5 becomes negative. X minus 3 becomes negative. X minus 3 becomes negative. Was that too fast for anyone? Originally, I understood that, Sensei, what you did there. Okay, cool. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives. That makes this a negative. Odd, right? Negative 4. Negative, negative, positive, negative, negative. 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives becomes a positive. 1, negative, positive, positive, negative, negative. 1, 2, 3 negatives becomes a negative, and then 1,000,000, negative, positive, 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 and negative. So to graph it, I go negative, got to hit the 0. Then you got to go positive, hit the 0. You go negative, hit the 0, and then negative, doot, 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 doot. I don't know if you're supposed to identify the domain and range this. You can do the domain. I know I have it here. Domain is all real hashtags. The range, well, there isn't all real numbers, and you can't really figure out the range because we don't know how high this goes. We could plug in numbers and figure it out, but you know, you can just guesstimate that. And I don't think I'm going to ask you for the range on. I'm not going to ask you the range for that. All right? Because either the domain should be all real numbers, range should be all real numbers. But anyway, that's that. Not so bad. Now you guys, because you haven't done it in a while, right? You guys try what the heck. Hopefully that was a good refresher. Practice this tonight 4 times. In my recommendation. Hopefully it works for you. The 4. Oh my gosh. This one should identify the domain. You guys know how to do this one? Virginia, remember how to do it? I'm just curious. I remember how to do it. Virginia, I need a little bit of a review, Sensei, and then I'll be good. Okay. Remember, this is f of x equals, the a, I'll ignore the a because there's not going to be a. X minus h plus k, right? The h is inside the square root and the k is outside the square root. So, knowing that, I'll give you guys a second to set it up. I feel like I'm going too fast. Yeah, that's good. No, your H and K wrong. What's your H? Oh, yeah, there you go. You just put it in the wrong spot. You have the H and K right. Just put that. I do that. I do that all the time early in the morning. I get the X and Y mixed up. That looks better. Okay, what's my H and K? Jessica, what's my H and K? -3, 0. You guys get that? So we're going to go over here. -3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Right there. That's my starting point, or my, what do we call that? Vertex. But they'll come to me. All right. So it's a square root. So you square root your x, right? You guys remember that? Square root of x. So like I like to do, you go over 1. Let's go over 1, because what's the square root of 1? 1. Locator point. That's what I was thinking of. Locator point. But 1, the vertex is the locator point. Square root of 1 is 1, right? Then I go over 2. What's the square root of 2? I don't know. What's the square root of 3? No, square root of 3 squared. Square root of 3. What's square root of 4? So I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2. Right? Square root of 5, 6. What should I do my next square root on? Square root of 8. Square root of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Square root of 9. Then we could go over, let's see, what's the next one? 4, 16, but whatever. That's all you got to do. Domain and range.
domain. Figure 3 to infinity. Domain is x. Monsters, right? Range 0 to infinity. Y in the middle. Monsters. You could also say x is greater than or equal to -3, right? Because it's -3 and bigger. And y is greater than or equal to 0. I'll accept any one of those. I don't know if you guys can see that, but any one of those. So far, so good. Not bad, right? The graphing the polynomial is the hardest so far, I think. This one you just have to remember is the square root. That big how gross it got there? No, it never rains in Oxnard. We're in a drought. You think this drought will ever end? It'll end, Nick. Nick, it'll end. No, it'll end. We're gonna have one of these years. We'll have a crazy rain year. Who knows? Might be 10 years. Might be 20 years. Might be when your great grandpa. You'll be old. You will. You like the kids. Okay, here we go. Nothing like having a family. Oh, son of a mother. Graphing, the same thing as graphing the polynomial, though, right? Same steps. Except, what does this one have that the polynomial does not have? Well, two things. One, the horizontal asymptotes. The vertical asymptotes, and the other horizontal asymptotes. I want to say that. I should find the notes on the horizontal asymptotes. If m is, this one, m is equal to n. You guys remember that? The exponents are equal. They're both x squared on the top, right? If you multiply it out. Hello, where are you guys going? Are you seniors? Whoa. I've had freedom for a couple months. All right, see you later. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so here we go. Let's see, step 1. What's that? I can't remember. What did you say step 1 was? It set equal to 0? Yeah. Okay, let's set equal to 0. What's step 2? Factor. Step 1. Step 2. Is it factored already?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's factored. Yours will be factored on the test. You're welcome. Step 3. Find the zeros. What are my zeros? Those are the zeros. What are?
Oh, yeah.
What else? I know you guys listed the other ones that are not the zeros. What are the other things you have to find? The asymptotes, the not zeros. X cannot equal, which is 1 and -5. Okay. And then we got to do the horizontal asymptote. So I don't know if we should do that now. Horizontal. I'll see if I can find the notes on that. The H, M, and N. You guys remember?
Is y equal 0?
1. M is equal to N, right? Where you divide what goes here over here, right? It's 1 over 1. So y is equal to 1. Remember, if M is equal to N, you divide them. If M is smaller, the top one is smaller than the bottom, N, then it's 0. If M is bigger than N, then it's synthetic, because you can divide it, right? If this is x squared and this was just x, you can divide it, right? Just like it's saying easy, guys. What would you rather divide? Like if I said 8, the fraction 8/4, can you divide that? It's easy to divide, right? Because it's 8 divided by 4, which is 2. So if this is bigger than that, then you can divide. I'll try to find the slide where it has all that information. You guys probably would like to see that, probably. Yes, no? No? Don't say anything if you don't want me to. Okay, most of you don't. That's fine. Okay, horizontal is 1. So then we got x is -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. I got x is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6. I got x is not equal to 1. What do I do here? Dot, 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 dot. And I got x is not equal to 5. Ooh, it's so close. Dot, 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 dot. I got my horizontal asymptote y is equal to 1. Dot, 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 dot. Was that too fast? I just kind of put the asymptotes and the zeros. I don't know if this will help, but I'm going to do this so you guys can distinctly see the zeros. I got a 0 here. I got a 0 there. Okay. So I got to hit those points, right? Even if it says. So here we go. Find it. Last step is test the limits. Test the intervals. What number should I do after -5? Before -5, I should say that. -1,000,000? Not -4 too, because it's a 0 too. So let's do -1,000,000. That means everything's negative. Well, should I do it in red? -1,000,000 is negative, 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 negative. So that's going to be a positive. Between -5 and -4. -4.5. Ugh, but whatever, we can do it. -4.5 will make that negative. -4.5 will make that negative. -4.5 will make that negative. -4.5 will make that positive. And they're all going to switch in these unless you see a square. There's no square. So -4.5 will be positive. So, or 3 negatives make a negative. So here's going to be negative. 0. Positive, negative, negative, positive, positive. 1, 2, I'll plug in 2. 2. Positive, negative, positive. So we got a negative. And then 1,000,000, everything's positive. So we got everything positive. So I'll do it in black. Am I going too fast? I feel like I'm going too fast. Should I pause? I'm not even looking at you and asking a question. Should I pause, anyone? Yes, Andrea.
Is there an asymptote at -4?
No, because anything on the top is a 0. So you have to hit it. Right? See how you get the negative? You see how how the -4 is in the numerator? Because -4 plus 4 is 0. No? No. I'm not going to let you review it. I'll tell you. Homegirl. Is it okay if I call you homegirl? Okay, you're so kind. What's that equal to?
Oh, 0.
It's equal to 0, right? It's a number. As long as there's a 0 in the numerator, what's this equal to? 0. If I put negative 4 in there, negative 4 plus 4 is 0, I have a 0 in the numerator, i.e. zeros. Negative 4 and positive 6. What number is this, though? 5 over 0. What's that? Yeah, no solution. You can't divide by 0, i.e. I can't make this 1 minus 1 is 0, so positive 1 is an asymptote. I can't cross that. Okay? Does that answer your question? Yeah. Okay, do you need to look it up still? No. You're just saying that so my feelings aren't hurt? No. Okay. I mean, it's good. I do have feelings, so I appreciate it, but sometimes sometimes I don't know. I need to grow up. Become a man. So positive. Remember, asymptotes we have to. I'll do it on the camera. Asymptotes we have to. Hug. Does that look weird? So asymptotes we hug. We got the positive here, so we hug the asymptote. Hug. Hug. That way we can hug them. Hug those asymptotes. Now we have negative between here and here. Hug the asymptote. We have to hit that 0. Hug. Hit the 0. Now we have a positive. Since we have an asymptote here, it's huggable. Let's hug that asymptote. Hug. Something weird's happening here. Huh? You have a... Oh. But it gets cut off here. This might have to go up because it has to hug this one. So this, we're going to have to cross this asymptote. I want to do this on Desmos now, actually. Let's take a look at it on Desmos. So I'm going to hug this. I think it's going to go up. That's where it's going to have a 0 there. Double check it on Desmos, though. We'll do that for now. Okay? So here, negative, and then we go positive. Hug. The asymptote. In the middle, remember, we can cross the asymptote, the horizontal asymptote in the middle. But I want to do this on Desmos. So let's take a look. Let me check my answer to make sure I am correct. Foo. So it's, and you guys can check your work on Desmos. X plus 4, x minus 6 over x minus 1, x plus 5. Okay, let me do this on Desmos really quick. Okay, here we go. X plus 4 times x minus 6. All of that over x minus 1 times x plus 5. So it was right. So it does have to cross. Okay. So you have to be intuitive about that. If there was a 0 here, though, you'd go and you wouldn't touch it, right? But since I had to go positive up there, you got to hug that asymptote. Okay? Anyhow, so I feel better about that. So that's what it looks like. Kind of cool how it kind of looks like what it looks like, right? Mechanical pencils! These seniors are roaming. I think they rule the school. Graph 2 periods of sine.
So we have to sign, we have y equals a sine x minus h plus. Now you don't need to do all this, but just so we know, right? I'm just going to go through the basics. So a, what's the a for y equals sine of x? A is 1, right? Because there's no a. And you don't need to do this. It's just a basic sine graph. You guys don't need to put all this, but I'm just showing you. What is the h? No h, so it's 0. Oh, I forgot the b too. Or get the b there. What's the b? 1. And b is, in period, is 2 pi over b. So 2 pi over 1. This is the main thing. The period is 2 pi, right? Because it's a regular good old sine function. So we do it at 2 pi. And then, oh, by the way, you guys are going to have to do the, even though I have this here, you guys are going to have to do the scaling on the graph. That's not going to be on there for you. And then I don't think it is. Be ready. I can't remember, actually. And then the k is equal to 0. So we do our 5 key points. I'm doing it in blue. I bet half of you already have this thing graphed already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's sine, right? So what are my zeros? The first, the middle, and the last. And what are my ups? I go up at 1 because it's a of 1. I go down -1 because a is 1. Woo! Right? And then the next period is going to be 5 periods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, middle, up, down. Woo! Make sure you put arrows. You don't have to put all those, but just I'm just showing you guys, right? Just with the 5 periods from 0 to 2 pi, right? The 5 points of 5 key points, right? That's all you have to do. From 0 to 2 pi. Make sure you have, right? Pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. 2 periods of sine. That's it. No HK or anything like that. You just have to be able to graph sine for this final, okay? And guess what else you have to graph? Cosine. You guys want to do cosine real quick, or you guys can I flip it? Cosine. 2 periods of cosine, same thing. We got, I'll do this a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll pause so you guys can catch up. But yeah, you don't need to write the it's cosine, right? Cosine. You got the pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi, and then we have 5 pi over 2, 6 pi over 2, 7 pi over 2, 8 pi over 2, right? For the 2 periods. Okay, cosine. I got my zeros as 2 and 4. 2, 4, and I go up 1, I go down 1, I go up 1, and you go, woo! Right? And then you got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 2, I got 4, right? I go up 1, I go down 1, I go up 1, and you go, woo! There's my 2 periods of cosine. So the next kid that says, who said have to do it, I'll be on no. All videos are going to say got to do. Now, no one's going to roast me on that one anymore, Nick. You know what I mean? No, they won't. No way. I'll cover my tracks. I'm deleting all videos that say have to do. No. Oh, look, I messed up. You guys see my, say I did the eyeball test. I can see it's wrong. Can you see what's wrong? Eyeball test? Emma's pointing. Went a little low. Eyeball test. Let's fix it. I went down to, it's -1 here. I blame my old man eyes. You guys have your elven eyes, right? You can see anything. All right, is that it? Oh, here's the last one. I think, is this the last one? Oh, no, this one. These are easy. I know what you're thinking. They're not easy, Sensei. Well, you just cube your x's, right? What's 1 cubed? 1. What's 2 cubed? 8. 3 cubed? 27. That's too big. Just do 5 points. No. Yeah, I think 5. What's the h and k? Get the h and k, and then go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 8, over 1. But what's negative 1 cubed? What's negative 1 cubed? That's the thing about cubic functions. Negative 1, right? Because negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, 3 negative. Remember, odd? It's odd. Okay, so h and k. What's my h and k? Negative 4, 2. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There's my h and k. Really, am I going too fast? Marie, am I going too fast? No. Okay. Brooke, am I going too fast? Okay. So, I cube my x's, right? 1 cubed, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 cubed, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere right here. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1, and negative 2 cubed is negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you go whoop, whoop, whoop. Domain in range? Domain. All real hashtags. Range. All real hashtags. Right? Because it's going to go all the way up, all the way down, go all the way right, all the way left. Domain and range. Then we have one more graphy graph. You guys are getting, I'll release you on the delta math practice. More seniors walking around. All right, can I move on? Move on. Last one. X minus, absolute value of x minus 3 minus 5. So y equals absolute value of x minus h plus, oh, this is supposed to be h plus k. Y equals absolute value of x, right? See the h and the k? No problemo. Then we just take the absolute value of my x. What's the absolute value of 1? 1. What's the absolute value of 2? What's the absolute value of 3? What's the absolute value of negative 1? 1. Right? Positive. Absolute value of negative 2 is 2. So let's get our h and k. What's my h and k? 3, negative 5. So I go over 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. Absolute value of 1 is 1. Absolute value of 2, I go over 2, is 2. I go up 2. Absolute value of 1, 2, 3 is 1, 2, 3, right? Take absolute value of 3 is 3, so I go up 3. Absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1, so I got to go back up, right? I don't go down. Absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. Absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3. Straight line. Straight line. Remember, the absolute value looks like a V because you bend everything to the positive direction, even though it's in the negative section. It's like, imagine, because I moved my h and k, but I moved down here. But imagine this is my 0 now. My positive goes up. Domain. All real hashtags. Range. Is it all real numbers? It's from this up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Range is -5, alpha, -5 to infinity, y. Or y is greater than or equal to -5. You want to do it that way. But there you go. That's the review. I think that's the last one. Here, I'm going to click and see. Is that the last one? Is it? There you go. Okay. So it's about, how many did we do? How many did we do there? 8? I'm hearing different numbers. I don't know. But anyway, you should take about a half hour to do those problems. Okay, it should take about a half hour to graph those. And then an hour to do the multiple choice, which is on Delta Math. I'm going to give you guys the Delta. Are there any questions? Because I'm shutting this down.